It's October. We don't need no stinking pitch clock. Today on Have You Seen My Baseball? And welcome to the SB Baseball Podcast, a.k.a. Have You Seen My Baseball? With your pals Alan and Rapid Dave. I'm Alan.
Rapid Dave.
And today, we've talked about this several times already.
Oh,
right?
sure.
But it's something new in baseball this year. It's a hot button topic. The olds don't like it. The news do. We're kind of in the middle of the olds and the news, right? Uh-huh. And we're fans of the pitch clock. And teams are talking about the pitch clock when it has to do with postseason baseball.
Yeah, they want an extra
October baseball.
Yeah.
They want extra time on there. They want to implement, let's get a few extra seconds because there's a lot more on the line, right? They want to give the pitcher a little bit extra time. They want to give the batter a little bit extra time because everything is just intensified with the playoffs. Now, I'm leaning towards, you know what? You've been playing with it all season. And I get it, right? Things are more intensified. Things are more narrowed. But is that not something that's going to help the cream rise to the top?
Yeah. And then you go from like those 3-hour games or sub 3-hour games, and all of a sudden now you're pushing just a little bit longer. Everybody's used to those new games. Let's get going.
Now, granted, if you're adding an extra 5 seconds, what are you adding?
I mean, how
15 minutes to a game?
Well, 15 minutes is a long time.
Maybe.
You cut that 15 minutes off, and all of a sudden viewership's through the roof.
But here's my other argument.
And I know October baseball is different.
It's October baseball. It's different. There's a lot more on the line. A lot more people are watching, But here's the one thing that you can say about baseball players versus just about, I think hockey, you might have a little bit of more of an argument. They're creatures of habit.
Yeah.
Right? You've got your players who have their same routine every time they go up the bat.
Yeah.
Every time they go in the field. Everything. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. So would changing that throw them off?
I would say it would, and now you're changing up the game and how they played it all season. Let's be honest, there have been 721 pitch clock violations this season, but 60% of the games have had no violations, with just 12% of the games featuring multiple violations.
Yeah.
So let's be honest. Look, just keep it the way it is. They brought this in to spruce it up, make the games go quicker, to bring in a younger audience, because let's be honest, 3.5, 4 hours to watch a baseball game, to me, I just can't do it. It's 4 hours.
And again, I don't think you're going to get to those 4-hour games or those over. You might get close to 3 hours, but I don't think you're going to get over 3 hours by adding this to it. Mm-hmm. If you had 5 seconds. But my big thing is you need to play the game the way you played in the regular season.
Exactly.
Can you imagine going to with the NBA, right? You go to the playoffs and you add an extra 2 minutes every quarter.
Crazy, right?
Right? Now, the one exception to changing things once you go to the playoffs is with the NHL, mm-hmm. right? You don't have the shortened periods, the short staffed. You play full 20-minute periods. So it is a little bit different with the NHL postseason versus regular season, but you're still not changing the game.
Yeah.
This is a straight up change to the game, a change to how every batter and how every pitcher has to approach every at bat. And I get it. You have these huge moments, and some people have talked about they could see pitchers taking a ball just to make sure they're doing what they need to do.
Yeah.
Which
you have the player association and things like that coming in. It's I don't think people want to see this new rule dramatically affect the game, in a pennant chase or playoffs. I'm like, who are those people? And he's talking like a player. It's a player talking, to be honest with you. That's quoted here.
The head of the
Clark.
Yeah, that's Tony Clark.
It's Tony Clark.
Yeah, Tony Clark.
And so he's talking about that, and it's you know what? He goes, the average. So this is what was brought out. The average time of 9-inning games with the pitch clock is 2 hours and 38 minutes, which is phenomenal for baseball. Get your ass in the box. Let's play ball. Let's get going. I don't need you to step out. Readjust your stupid fucking gloves.
You don't need to be Nomar.
You don't need to be Nomar Garcia-Parra. And it's I'm telling you, it's 26 minutes less than a year ago. It's on pace for the fastest nine-inning game since 1984. I don't want to see it. I don't care. I've been there. Yeah, I love it because you're on your edge of your seat anyways. But to be honest, a normal fan, if you're telling me you can get in and out of a ball game in 2 hours and 40 minutes, now look, October's going to, they got to cram as many. Listen, it's all about money.
But here's the thing.
And they got to cram as many advertisements, everything in your face, all around the place. They'll move the screen from over here to over here. Little TBS, little Geico commercial, maybe Progressive. I don't know.
The
something. The General ain't got the money for that. General comes on after Maury. You know what I'm saying? Like during the Maury show. You are not the father.
Not on TV anymore. So. Just old reruns. But here's the thing though. Like with it, like. With playoff baseball, it doesn't matter. People are watching it. Yeah. All your games are sold out.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. But I think, again, it just boils back to I think you just have to do the same thing you do in the regular season.
What do they think? What's the number one thing they're going to complain about next season, next spring ball and regular season, the first, say, 2 months, 3 months?
Robot umpire calling balls and strikes.
If it's not that, it'll be the pitch clock. Oh, you gave us 22 seconds. At the end of last year, now I've only got 18.
Yeah, but you only have so many teams being able to claim that.
Well, that's just how it goes. You know what I mean?
Everyone in Oakland ain't going to complain about that. But
I'm tired of hearing about it.
Just leave it alone.
Just leave it alone.
Just leave it alone. You made this change. You've made attendance is up. Games on the views on TV are up. Mm-hmm. You've got more people talking about your sport. It's made the game fun, exciting. It's not long, drug out. We picked a really good year to become baseball guys. Like, we've always liked baseball.
We've been baseball guys for a while, but this year
we've become baseball guys.
I mean, it's just you can watch games all day. We do MLB TV, and so you can do the big inning. You can watch whatever game you want to watch, and they don't bog. That's the big key, right? They do not bog. It's always action. Hey, and a big shout out to Run DLC because he's keeping baseball absolutely fun to watch. It's a must watch when he's on the field. Cincinnati Reds did an amazing thing when they pulled that kid up.
If you didn't watch the Wednesday night Strikeout Beer episode, go back and watch it because we had every week on Strikeout Beer we have a Run DLC segment.
Oh yeah,
because he's the most exciting player in baseball right now.
Absolutely.
Even though he's going to, I think he's like 7 for his last 40 at bats.
Don't care,
but
he's doing it in the field too.
In those 7. Dude's throwing over 100 miles per hour from third base to first base. Like, it's insane. I absolutely love this guy. I just think he's the bee's knees.
So, final ruling on the change for a couple extra seconds for playoffs. You in or you out?
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone?
Leave it alone.
I'm going to leave it alone as well.
If you've got, but that's also where you got to talk to your umpires. And if you have a big playoff moment, right? A team hits a 3-run shot to take the lead in like the 8th inning or something, or 9th inning, late in the game, and the fans are going crazy. The batter's kind of taking a second to get up there. Give them a couple extra seconds there, right? But they've also talked about that during the regular season because we've had instances where umps haven't given that extra time for you've had the story of was it Cody Bellinger had a strike called against him because he's acknowledging the fans in L.A., right?
That was a different thing.
Then you had the case of McCutchen where his first at bat and everyone was going crazy. His first at bat, his return to Pittsburgh, and the ump acknowledged the moment and let it happen.
If the pitcher and the batter acknowledge the moment, I think it should the umpire should be third party there. Like, yep, no, we're good.
The fans are going crazy. You got something like that. But again, that's where you talk to your umpires, acknowledge the moment, let the moment happen.
Yeah.
And don't force it. But if it's just come on, man, let's just play ball.
Yeah. And all those things should already be worked out by the time you even get to the postseason. Postseason should be crisp, good to go, clean. If you keep it under
162 games.
If you can keep it under 2 hours and 45 minutes or under 3 hours, great. I mean, it's going to be for great baseball. October baseball, there's nothing better. I say it all the time, and I also say playoff hockey, there's nothing better.
There's nothing better.
And
I
just keep
hockey.
saying nothing's better, right? But those times, those games, those moments, it's great for a fan. But also, I know that I'm not going to be up for 4 hours watching a baseball game unless it goes to extra innings. So, yeah, there you go.
I mean, he says that until Run DLC is playing. He's like, I'm locked in for 7 hours, buddy. But hey, guys, let us know what you think. Do you pitch clock, leave it alone, change it? Shoot us over an email, strikeupbeer@gmail.com. Or if you're watching this, leave a comment. Say you guys are dumb. You don't know what you're talking about. We appreciate it. As always, I'm Alan.
Rep Dave.
Talk to you guys later. Deuces. Thank you for listening to Have You Seen My Baseball?